Hey gang, what is going on? James here and welcome back to the show. So for this video I thought I'd do something a little bit different. It seemed like there was a lot of stuff that came out in the news this week and it was really hard to pick just one thing to talk about. So I thought I would do a kind of a mass video on the news that I thought was newsworthy. And since I've always wanted to do a news type series on YouTube, I figured this would be my test to see if it resonates well and if I can do it. So I guess we're going to see if I have what it takes to be like Philip DeFranco. And here come the comments. So without further ado, I give you one fan's thoughts and theories, breaking theories. I guess I need coffee to do this. Alright, now I'm ready. So the long-awaited Captain Marvel has been released today and the reviews are starting to come in. So far on Rotten Tomatoes, it holds an 82% certified freshness. Now that score is high, but if you look at last year, the performances that Marvel movies did, it is on the lower end. Avengers Infinity War had an 85%, Ant-Man and the Wasp had an 88%, and the critically acclaimed Black Panther had a 97%. Not only did that movie have a 97% certified freshness, but that was also nominated for an Academy Award for Best Picture. So Marvel did raise the bar pretty high in terms of its productions. Now the reviews are kind of all over the place. It's really mixed, but it seems like the initiative to spearhead this movie with negative reviews kind of fell flat because a lot of those negative reviews have come down and are being replaced with positive reviews. Metacritic does have a lot of the reviews on its website. Shannon O'Neill from The Verge said it rises to the occasion with strong performances and with its director's willingness to slow down and take their story seriously, balancing humor, action, and exposition in a carefully calibrated package. Now in one of the more average reviews, Russ Fisher from The Playlist said, more so than any other movie in the back half of Marvel's first decade, it's tough to shake the feeling that Captain Marvel is an extended prologue to a story that is still off on the horizon. Marvel's answer to Superman with all the questions about power and ethics that implies, but her story is rushed and sometimes forced. And in one of the bad reviews from the New York Post, what's said to be Marvel's most powerful superhero ever is served melatonin by Larson. There is precious little texture or detail, ups and downs or emotions of any kind in her performance. The character, even when kicking ass, is a total bore. Such as it is, the film's best moments are provided by Jackson and a hilarious cat. So it's yet to be determined if Captain Marvel is going to make a huge splash in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We can only wait to see what more reviews are saying, because it did only come out tonight. That was hard. Next up are reports that Idras Elba will be replacing Will Smith as Deadshot in Suicide Squad 2, which is now being called The Suicide Squad. Now, a while ago, Will Smith backed out because of scheduling conflicts, and new director James Gunn has been eyeing Idris Elba for the role. Now, this would be Idris Elba's second foray into the comic book movie after playing Heimdall in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Thor trilogy. And for those of you who don't know, after James Gunn was fired from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, he was since approached to replace David Ayer as the writer-director of Suicide Squad 2, and it looks like that is moving forward. And as of right now, it looks like Idris Elba has all but signed the contract to be in the movie. So it looks like, as of right now, Suicide Squad 2, or the Suicide Squad, I gotta get used to calling it that, is moving forward with Idris Elba replacing Will Smith. But this is still just interesting to me because Suicide Squad 1 did not get good reviews and it did not make a whole lot of money. So I'm questioning why they are still going through with a sequel to a mediocre movie. After a rough start, we all know that the DC Extended Universe is still moving forward at an unprecedented rate. Not too long ago, they announced that Margot Robbie will be coming back for the Birds of Prey movie with an all-star cast. So it doesn't look like it's past or Marvel is putting a halt to the DC Extended Universe. So this will be interesting to see Idris Elba in that role and to see the DC Extended Universe moving forward. Next up, we got our first look at Jared Leto as Morbius, the living vampire in the Spider-Man spin-off Solo Morbius. Wait, that's actually happening? Yes, it was rumored for a long time that the solo movie of Morbius was going to happen, and Jared Leto was attached to play the lead role. Well, now production has officially started, and Jared Leto tweeted a picture from set. Now, you can't really see a whole lot in this. All it is Jared Leto behind a clapper, but all it signifies is that the movie is moving forward. And I, for one, am questioning why. I understand wanting to make movies about anti-heroes. Last year, Marvel put out the Venom movie. Now, Venom has always been an anti-hero in terms of the comic books. He started out as a villain, but later became the anti-hero that we all know today. A couple years ago, DC did the same thing with Suicide Squad, making a whole movie about an ensemble villain cast. And later this year, we have Joaquin Phoenix solo The Joker movie coming out, a movie solely about the Joker. And Morbius is no exception to the Joker. He is a character that has always been a villain. And coming off the tweet with the first picture from behind the scenes, we got news that Tyrese Gibbons has joined the cast. Now, it's reported that Tyrese will play an FBI agent seeking out Morbius, the living vampire, after he has committed all these crimes as a vampire, essentially. So a movie that no one thought was ever going to happen is not only happening, but going full force. But I still don't understand why Jared Leto is being cast in all these roles as the villain. Yes, he is an Academy Award-winning actor, but he is still just kind of okay. When I think of the Joker, I don't think Jared Leto. When I think of Morbius, I don't think Jared Leto. So it'll be interesting to see his take on the character. That's good. And finally, we got a new trailer for the Fox Searchlight film Tolkien, starring Nicholas Hoult and Lily Collins. Now, this is going to be a biopic about J.R.R. Tolkien, the man who created The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings and The Silmarillion. And it looks like this story doesn't really focus on his creation of the world he created, but it is more about his experience that lead him to creating that world. The film stars Nicholas Hoult as J.R.R. Tolkien, and Lily Collins plays his love interest, Edith Bratt. And it looks like the story is going to focus on their budding relationship, how he eventually marries Edith Bratt, befriends this group of scholars who want to create arts and literature and poems and song and so forth. Eventually his entry into World War I, which anybody who knows J.R.R. Tolkien know that World War I really changed that man. And that is where a lot of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings came from. And what I like about this movie is how it's blending the two worlds and shows where he gets the inspiration for these characters and this setting. In part of the trailer, you see an explosion going off, and in the explosion you see a face that looks like it could be the inspiration for Sauron. You also see a tank spitting fire, which later turns into a dragon spitting fire. And from the looks of this movie, something tells me that it is early Oscar contender. Nicholas Hoult has always been a great actor, so has Lily Collins. So I will not be surprised if down the road they are both nominated for Golden Globes and eventually Oscars for this movie. And who knows, even the movie itself can be nominated for Best Picture. And that's going to do it for the James Walker Show in this segment, One Fan's Thoughts and Theories, Breaking Theories. Be sure to comment below, let me know what you think of this new format, if I should stick with it. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, @JamesWalkerShow. Be sure to click the subscribe button down below and the bell icon so you get all my videos when they come out. And as always, I will see you guys next time. I'm just going to sit in the camera and drink coffee from now on. This is great.